So in the last class, we discussed about principles of management based on based on the principles given by Henry Fayol, right? So today we are going to discuss about functions of management, right? There is an acronym called POSDCORB, POSDCORB. That is an acronym. So we are going to discuss the functions of management based on this particular acronym, right? So post POSDCORB, POSDCORB. So generally according to Henry Fayol, to manage is to forecast and plan, to organize, to command and control. Okay. So Henry Fayol gave the definition for manage is to do forecast. Forecast means to predict something and to plan. Okay. To organize, command and also to control. So this was a definition given by Henry Fayol. Whereas Luther Gulick, who has given a keyword called POSDCORB, where P stands for planning, O stands for organizing, S for staffing, D for directing, Co for coordination. So here C and O are same, okay? Coordination, CO, coordination, R for reporting, and B for budgeting. So this is one of the this is the concept. This concept describe the functions of management, right? But widely accepted functions are given by Cons and O'Donnell. Okay, so we will see what POSDCORB is all about, right? So POSDCORB was given by what do you call Luther Gulick. So remember these names because they will ask these things in the net examinations. Okay. So this is how the functions look like. Okay, planning, organizing, staffing, directing, coordinating, reporting, and budgeting. So we will see this one by one, and we will see the functions of each element. So what is the importance? Why do we need this acronym? Every business needs to have systematic framework in ensuring maximum output. That is true. There should be a goal. There should be a goal, and there should be a plan to achieve the goal. Okay. So then only you can reach your maximum output with minimum wastage and higher margins. So POSDCORB is one such method in management where workflows and employees can be managed in a way which would be beneficial for the company. So based on this POSDCORB method, it helps the management to identify the workflow and also to manage the employees in order to increase the productivity. Let's see how this POSDCORB helps in doing that. So the first element is planning. We all know what is planning, right? So tomorrow, if you are going for a trip somewhere, you will plan. Okay, by 6 o'clock I need to catch a train, means you need to wake up at 4 a.m. You need to pack your bags, everything beforehand, and you need to plan accordingly so that you will reach the station without any delay. So that is a plan, right? So it is a basic function of management. It deals out charting a future course of action, deciding in advance. As I told earlier, advance. You have to plan it before. Tomorrow you are going means today itself you have to plan it. Oh, I have to get up at 4 a.m. So deciding in advance the most appropriate course of action for achievement of predetermined goals. So your goal is to catch the train at 6 a.m. right? So for that, what you have to do? You have to plan in advance. You have to draw out a sketch. Oh, these are the things I have to do. These are the things I have to pack. And by 4 o'clock I have to reach. By 4:30 I need to book a taxi, like that. So you are chalking out the things in advance. So that is called as planning. So according to Kant's, planning is deciding in advance what to do, when to do, how to do. Simple. What to do, what are you going to do, when are you going to do it? Because if the train is on next Monday, today if you do it tomorrow, it's a waste, right? So when you have to do it, Saturday only. Because the train is on next Monday, you have to do it Sunday only. You have to plan it. And how to do it? How are you going to plan it? So 3 important questions. Okay. It bridges the gaps from where we are and where we want to be. Exactly. It bridges the gap. For example, let me tell you this with a specific example. Now you are a student, but your aim is to become a good librarian in a reputed institution. That is your aim. Okay, or do a PhD, whatever it may be. So now you are a student only, but your aim is to become a good librarian or do higher education. So there is a gap between where you are and what you want to be, right? So if you plan well, if you study well, if you understand well, you will definitely become a good librarian, right? So for bridging the gap for where you are and where you want to be, planning is very much essential. Okay, so thus planning is a systematic thinking about ways and means for accomplishing of predetermined goals. Okay, so this is all about planning. So next element comes the organizing. It is a process of bringing together physical, financial and human resources and developing a productive relationship among them for achievement of organizational goal. So after running the planning, you need to organize things. You have to bring all the elements, right? You have to organize it in such a way. In library, we organize books, right? Because if everything is kept as it is, it will be difficult for the aim of the library is to ensure maximum user come, to ensure readers productivity, okay, to ensure readability, okay. If the book is not organized according to the subjects, then no one will come because it will be finding it is just wasting their time, right? So organizing is very much essential. Similarly, in an organization, physical, financial, human resources should be organized to ensure maximum productivity. So Henry Fayol says that to organize a business is to provide with everything useful or its functioning, raw material. To organize anything, you need to provide everything, right? So for example, in library, if you want to organize books, you need racks, right? You definitely need racks. You need spaces. Everything it should be there. The raw material should be there. Without racks and books, how will you organize? Without racks and shelves, how will you keep the books in organization? You have to pile it up in the floor only. That is not good. So organizing should ensure all the raw materials also. Tools, capitals and personals. For organizing, you need, if you are organizing more than 50,000 books, with only one person, can you do it? So required personnel is also essential. So that is what Henry Fayol is talking about. So organizing as a process involves identification of activities, what you are going to organize, classification or grouping of activities. Like in our example, we are going to organize books, classification or grouping of activities. So we are grouping the books according to different subjects, assignment of duties. So everyone is given a duty. So Abhilash, you take over the physics subject, and Ritesh, you take over the science subject, like that, okay? And delegation of authority and responsibility, creation, coordinating authority and responsibility relationships. So this is how you organize, okay? This is the concept of organizing. Next is staffing. It is a function of manning the organization structure and keep it manned. Staffing has assumed greater importance in the recent year due to the advancement of technology, increase in size, business and complexity of human behavior. So the main purpose of staffing here is to, you have to put the right person for the right job. As I said earlier, if you put a wrong person for that job, you will not get the work done, right? So, if you are expert in something, if I want to translate a document in Malayalam, I need to ask Abhilash only. I cannot ask other persons, right? Other students, because he knows Malayalam, right? So he is the right person for converting to Malayalam. So if I asked to translate the document into Hindi or some other thing, other persons can do it. So depending upon the nature of the work, staffing should be recruited. So you should find the appropriate staff depending upon the nature of the work. So staffing involves manpower planning, estimating manpower in terms of searching. Okay, estimating, you need to estimate a manpower for completing this job, how many people needed. So that is estimating manpower. For libraries, I think Ranganathan has given a formula for determining the manpower for libraries. And recruitment, selection and placement. How the process of recruitment, okay, how the process of selection, how you are advertising, selecting, how you are selecting candidates, and how the placement is offered. And after placement, you have to give training and development. So this is what we are doing. You are being trained in this aspect. And remuneration is the wage system, okay, whether based on the time spent, whether you are giving wages based on the time spent or the work done based on the what is the remuneration given. And appraisal. So if he has achieved a certain target, that means you have to give some increment or appraisal, right? So what is the rules for appraisal? And promotions and transfer. If he has worked for a certain duration, he needs promotion and transfer. If he is satisfied, if he has fulfilled all the criteria, the next step is he need to promote, right? Similarly, so these are the things you need to ensure in staffing. So this is the concept of staffing. So next comes the directing. This actuates the methods to work efficiently for achievement of organizational purposes, right? It is considered life spark by the enterprise which sets in motion the action of people, because planning, organizing, staffing are the mere preparations of doing work, right? So planning, organizing, staffing are the means you are preparing for doing the work. So direction is the interpersonal aspect of management which directly deals with the influencing, guiding, supervising, subordinating, right? So supervision, motivation, leadership, communication, these are the elements of directing. So first three aspects, let it be planning, organizing, staffing, it tells how to do the work, right? So directing is you are directly involved with it. You are directly involved in the process of doing the work by either, if you are a head, you are supervising a group of employees, right? And you are giving motivation, and if you are a leader, you are encouraging democratic leadership, right? So communication is essential. So you do this work, I do this work, like that. So these are the four important elements of directing which actually involves the process of doing the work, right? So these are the four elements. Supervising implies overseeing of the worker. So whatever the employees or subordinates are doing, supervisor just looks after it, right? It is the act of watching and directing worker. Motivation means he inspires, encourages the subordinator. He gives positive words. You're doing well, come on, do it, like that. Leadership defined as a process by which manager guides and influences. Okay. So leadership, manager acts as a leader and he guides and he works together in desired direction. Communication is the process of passing information. So you please go to that section and complete that work. It's like opinion. Communication is two-way. You get feedback from the subordinates and you also give your own thoughts. So next comes is the controlling. It implies the measurement of, actually controlling is not a part of POSDCORB, but I am telling it so that you can understand it. Okay. It implies a measurement of accomplishment against a standard of correction and deviation to ensure achievement of organizational goals. The main purpose of controlling is to everything occurs in conformities with the standards. Okay, so controlling in the sense that everything is done properly. You are controlling that, okay, everything is going in the right order, so nothing is misplaced or changed. So you're controlling the event, right? Controlling is the process of checking whether or not proper progress is made towards the objective. Okay. So if the objective is something, and if the objective is to complete your MLISC degree, but you are attending Bharatanatyam classes, means I need to control it. So controlling is essential to see whether your objective, whether the things are going well in accordance with the objectives, right? So this is the concept of controlling. Okay. So now we are coming to the actual part, that is coordinating. Coordination is nothing but the unification, integration, synchronization of efforts of group members. Okay, so as to provide unity of action in the pursuit of common goal. So unification means there should be unity, they should integrate and they should synchronize. Okay, they should be cooperative with each other. The coordination should be in such a way that everyone relates and there should maintain a harmonious relationship so that they can achieve the goals of the organization. It is an orderly arrangement of group efforts to provide unity in the action pursuit of common goals. So everyone is cooperating to the effort. For example, our aim is to write an article, means everyone, you are giving cooperation towards that, right? So you are doing introduction part, I am doing literature review part. So everyone is cooperating because our aim is to write an article, right? So everyone is cooperating in such a way that our aim is fulfilled. So that is called cooperation, coordination, right? So next, last two aspects are reporting and budgeting. So without reporting, there is no evidence. Whatever you do, if there is no reporting, there is no evidence, right? A clear report keeps communication open throughout the entire organization. Managers are the linking pin between managing team and their own employees. So reporting provides insight into the progress and agreements that can be recorded in this way. Okay. So reports are essential. let it be performance report or whatever report it may. So for 1 year, what you have to done, you have to submit report. So in second semester, after the end, you have an internship, right? So after the internship, there is a concept of writing a report about the internship. Why? Because whatever you have learned from the internship, if you document it, if you write it in the form of report, so others will be able to understand. So we will know what are the things you learn, and based on the report we can modify or ensure it accordingly, right, for forthcoming students. So report whatever research idea you have, you need to report it, right? You need to write it, then only people will get to know. So reporting is an integral part, right? There is no evidence without reporting, there is no evidence. So finally, budgeting, it is very much essential, is the lifeblood of any organization. That is true. So if anyone, if you are working as a librarian, and the institution head of the institution says to develop a software library management system, but without budget you cannot go for commercial, right? Commercial systems, or without proper infrastructure, software hardware infrastructure, you cannot even install open source software, right? That is also a problem. So the budget should be there. Sufficient budget should be there to purchase those things. Then only you can effectively do the work with proper quality. So the manager is responsible for the management, expenditure and control of the department's budget. In our case, what do you say? The finance section, or whoever is in charge of the accounting and finance, right? Employees' wages, task, and similarly while determining the wages also, if you give right salary only, the employee will work, or else they won't work. Okay. For other materials, what are the things you require, such as major and minor expenditures. Okay, so this reporting and budgeting is the last part of the POSDCORB element. So we will see an example of how this POSDCORB management function works actually. So you please now you consider a multinational starting an exercise involving good number of employees in the workforce. So a multinational company is going to start an exercise. An exercise means, let's say, a project or something with many good number, means many number of employees in the workforce. As per the POSDCORB, the planning stage would be doing the thorough research about the number of people needed, team size, work type, etc. Okay, so the aim is the company is starting a project with the good number of employees. Okay, so in the first element of POSDCORB is planning. So what they need to do, they need to do a research about how many people are needed actually, and what is the team size, and what is the type of work we are going to give those people. So these elements comes under planning. And then comes organizing and staffing. Would be the HR department making a list of people, supervisors, subordinates, and who could execute this role. So yeah, he is organizing and staffing in such a way that the HR department does, so this manager is needed, so he is going to organize these employees, and this is his role of work. Simple as that. Okay, so that is organizing and staffing. And after this is done, direction would be giving instruction and ensuring implementation of the plan requirement. So everything is done. So you are the manager of this particular department. So your role is to do like this. You have to instruct your employee. That is, you are giving direction. So that is a directing element. To ensure a two-way communication, coordination plays a pivotal role, right? So there should be, so if manager says, sir, instead of this will be good, so there should be two-way role. So for that, coordination plays a pivotal. It acts as the pivot between directing, right? The pivot for communication, right? So once all this done, there are different ways of reporting which ensures accountability and responsibility of the team. Okay, once everything is finished, they are reporting, sir, the work you gave me and we have finished it. This is our report, submission report. So everything is done. Okay, finally the budget is allocated, is studied. In this way, POSDCORB can be used for better management. So this is the concept of POSDCORB and the functions of management. So please go through the references for further clarification. So these references are used to prepare this particular presentation. So thank you.